If you have business with Madam Scorpion, you'll have to wait. Lord Bedlam has a meeting scheduled with her.
I know he does. I'm in the meeting, so stand aside.
You're in the meeting. How's that? That can't be right. I was willing to apologize, but I'm still your supervisor. You can't just make things up like that.
You don't have to believe me. We can always go ask Madam Scorpion herself. I'm sure she'd understand the delay if you just told her you were my supervisor.
You can't. Let him through.
Appreciate it, buddy. Don't worry, I'll be sure to put in a good word for you.
Number 065. I'm afraid you have the wrong room. The madam and I were just...
We were just about to transition to matters of strategy, so don't worry, Stanley. You're right on time.
On time? So he's... I'm sorry, I think you invited the wrong henchman. Number 065 here is...
I'm not the sort who adds the wrong person to a meeting or accidentally hits reply all on an email. Stanley is here at my specific invitation. You see, he's to be the new Henchman liaison for your organization. Therefore, he will be responsible for all Henchman contractors during this little incursion, and for the foreseeable future afterwards.
He's what? I mean, due to recent events, these contractors of yours make up nearly half my workforce. Are you certain that number 065 here can handle it?
Quite certain. I've handpicked him for the job, as is my right. It says so right in our contract. You did read the contract, didn't you, Lord Bedlam?
Well, yes, but I didn't think. I mean, shouldn't we have one of my supervisors in charge? They're experienced, you know.
No, my decision on this matter is final. I've thought this through very carefully. Stanley is perfectly equipped for the job. Speaking of, how are you finding that uniform, Stanley? Are the new features to your liking?
It's pretty comfortable, actually. Thanks. But, what new features are you talking about?
You didn't find them? Good. The integration is meant to be subtle. Look for a switch on your right forearm.
I think I found it. This thing here? Holy shit!
What? You gave him energy sword hands? I've been trying to get those for years!
Yes, well, as the Henchman liaison, Stanley needs to represent the Scorpion Group as well as yourself. So while his uniform may bear your colors and sigil, in battle he'll carry my blade. Seems fair, don't you think?
Seems more than fair to me. Hot damn! But wait, what if I'd skewered myself with this thing?
Well then, you wouldn't be worthy of it, would you? Any fool who would accidentally impale themselves with that weapon would be certain to lose their fingers within a week, even with a warning.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll do my best to put it to use.
I have no doubt. Speaking of, let's dispense with the small talk and get down to business, shall we? Now then, by activating this beacon, we can draw in shining novas back up to a location of our choosing. Once we do, we can pin them down and eliminate them. And in doing so, eliminate any threat to this fortress. How much backup she has exactly is uncertain. Her abundance of caution could mean that it is no more than 1 or 2 for most trusted colleagues. However, we can be certain of one thing. No matter how many arrive, that petulant child, Miss Dynamo, will be among them. Knowing this, and given the beacon's need for a clear signal, where would you two suggest for an ambush? You know the terrain better than I.
The hangar. If the goal is to pin them down, then we need to get them in an enclosed space where we can limit their ability to fly. That's the big advantage they have over you power-wise, right?
Correct. If we can contain them, then in time I can cut them down. Fighting them in the open air risks letting them escape and gives them a tactical advantage.
What? You want to let them into the heart of my fortress? But my announcement stage is there. Do you have any idea what I spent on that stage elevator?
And you will have more money to replace it afterwards. I don't see the issue.
With respect, madam, that is because it isn't your lair. It is mine, Lord Bedlam's. We should be meeting our enemy outdoors, away from my precious property. I apologize, madam. You know I have been more than accommodating, but I feel strongly on this matter. It is my lair, and as your partner, I must be heard. I won't be muscled out like I would never want you to be were you in my position. You understand? You do understand, yes?
Yes, I understand you. I understand you quite well. But I will grant your request anyway, as a token of good faith. After all, you are correct. We are partners, are we not?
Why, yes, of course. We most certainly are. Now then, perhaps we should move on to the logistics of deployment. First, of course, we'll need a squad to manage the refreshments. Well, I think that just about wraps everything up. I'll go confer with my supervisors to get everything ready for the afternoon. Oh, and I'll ask our chef about those pigs in a blanket.
That truly won't be necessary.
But I insist. Oh, and I'll have my cell, so do call if anything requires my attention. You, will call, yes?
For the 1000th time, yes. I will call you if I require you.
Good.
So, Henchman liaison, huh? Pretty clever. All of this is making sense now. You send him on an operation that depletes his manpower, replace his losses with contractors from your app, and put your inside man in charge. Hostile takeover in less than a week. You're ruthless.
I do so love the way you say that. But I may need to be more hostile than that. He's tugging a bit too hard on his leash for my liking. That's why I relented on the location of the battlefield. To give him more rope, as it were. Whether he hangs himself with it or not. Well, we'll see, won't we? I've added a few security measures to the supercomputer just in case.
And if he does, who would replace him? I mean, I'd be flattered, but
No. That would rather defeat the point of this whole affair, especially so soon after you've become Henchman liaison. Whoever runs this little outfit must remain a step removed from myself. The goal is to control it while maintaining the appearance of autonomy. Honestly, his exact replacement is immaterial if it comes to that, so long as I have you as my asset. So don't you concern yourself with that blustering buffoon, Stanley. You just focus on your new duties. I expect you to be the picturesque representation of what Henchman is capable of.
picturesque? That's poetic for you. Should I start expecting limericks with my performance reviews?
As if you're any judge of poetry. I know how you fared as an undergraduate. You're hardly a Tennyson or Levi.
Oh, so you've been creeping on me, huh? Don't judge my scrapbook profile. I haven't updated it in years.
As if that would stop me. Nothing on the internet is truly deleted. You ought to know better. There's countless archives and caches that I could dive into, if I chose.
Why not just, ask me? We're being honest with each other, after all.
In theory. In practice, I've found that notion has limits, especially in our line of work.
Well, not with me. I'm an open book. I mean, I can't guarantee that it's an interesting book, but it's open.
Very well. If I have a question, I shall first make an attempt to ask.
Just make an attempt?
Just an attempt. And I fully reserve the right to fact check. If you truly are an open book, then that won't be an issue, will it? Now then, we'd better move along. You have some new subordinates to see to, and I have a few final arrangements to make. We'll spring the trap at 2 p.m. sharp. Have the contractors assembled at the main gate an hour before then.
Sure thing. I'll get on it.
Is there something else you need, Stanley?
No, ma'am. Just taking a moment. I'll see you at 2.